All right, Shalom. First, we want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And he's ordained. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is ordained. He's apostles and elders, our teachers, man, to teach us this word, man. So we give them double honors and honors to the elect, man, and the brothers pushing this truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, this me and the brother Yakanan from the GMS London camp. We just want to go into a quick edifying video. We're gonna make it quick because got certain plans. Unfortunately, you know how it is in the world and all that. You gotta do certain things. Brothers gonna meet up with brothers and all that. But we're gonna do a quick video, Lord willing, on chariots of the Lord and salvation through the chariots, man. Unless you got any starting scriptures or you want to start an article, it's up to you.
Yeah, man. I mean, first of all, I'll start off with Exodus chapter 13 and verse 21, man, because the theme of this video is going to be regarding the chariots, man. The so-called unidentified flying objects, man. That be in the skies more and more lately, man. We see them in the UK, Mexico, all around the world. These sightings of these flying objects in the sky are being seen, man. But really, this goes back from the beginning of time. They've always been around, man, through all generations on the earth. So this is Exodus chapter 13 and verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. So that's talking about when we got led out of the Egyptian captivity, man. When the Lord parted the Red Sea and led the Israelites out of that destruction, he used those chariots to guide them on where to go, man, right? So that's one of the first appearances of the UFO spoken of in the scriptures, man. And it mentions them as being, a cloud and a pillar of fire. There's many different, buzzwords you got to look out for when the scriptures is talking about chariots, man.
Got a precept? This is Psalms 104, verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot.
Perfect example, that maketh the clouds his chariots, man. So it's not talking about a physical cloud that you would look up and see in the sky. It's this what's the word I'm looking for? It's what's the word? It's just basically like it's another word. It's poetic talk, man. Talking about a scripture, man. It's poetic talk.
What it is. You mean like a parable, some symbolic?
Yeah. It's a symbolic. It's a parable. There's another word.
Metaphor.
Yeah, a metaphor. Exactly. It's a metaphor, man. That's on point. It's a metaphor for a UFO, man, for a chariot, and that's what our Lord rolls around with, and that's what the angels roll around with as well, man. Those chariots, man, those clouds, those rolls. You know what I mean?
That's right. I've got a scripture. This is Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And the reason why the scripture is referring to the flying roll is talking about the chariot, man. Okay. It's like, have you ever seen a roll? Then it's like a flying one, man. You ever seen them spaceships in them movies and all that? Because the Esau knows what they look like, man. Okay, because he's got them up in the ISS and all that. Brother's got an article on that, I believe. And they got viewings. NASA knows about that stuff, man. Esau's military and his space programs know about it, man. They know about the chariots of the Lord, man, and that's why they got their Star Wars programs to try and battle that, man, with different technology. But they ain't gonna succeed. The reason why the scriptures in Zechariah call it the curse of going over the earth, because to everyone else that isn't of the elect, that's a curse, man.
That's right.
Because when you see, ultimately, to everyone that isn't of the elect, because to the elect, the chariots are the chariots of salvation. They're going to come with healing in their wings. But to everyone else, that is a military force. That's like if you used to see a tank rolling towards you, man, or an F-16. There's only one thing that thing's going to do, and that's going to destroy it, man. So that's why it's called a curse, man. Okay.
A quick precept for you on that.
Go on up.
This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. It says, For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flames of fire, man. So that's what the brother was talking about. The Lord, that's the curse that the Lord is coming with that destruction, man. With those chariots, he's gonna be zapping certain individuals that know the elect. He's gonna be zapping the other nations with that pure concentrated fire, man. That's gonna be piercing through their soul, you know. And that's the judgment that's gonna be coming on this society. So when you see an increase of these chariots in the sky, you know, these mythical things that you see in it, because some of them they're amazing things to see, man. You know, we've had the honor of viewing them at camp. You know, when we're with the brothers, you know, when 2 or 3 are gathered, spiritual things start happening, man. You look up, and before you know it, you're seeing chariots in the sky, man. Right? And the Lord has blessed us many occasions with viewing these vehicles, man. You know.
That's right. I've got a scripture. This is Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Which is that's the Lord's return, man. The Lord's gonna come back in that big chariot, man. Okay, that white horse, and it says what did it say again? It said all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, and like we've been going into, man, salvation for the elect of Israel, death and destruction for everyone else, man. That's why the kindreds, all the different tribes and races, the 18 nations, are gonna wail because of him, man. Because of his return, because when they see the Lord, when they see the chariots in the sky, that's why they got all these in Hollywood. They got all these movies of, you know, so-called alien aircraft coming to attack the Earth, and they're defending it. Okay, and it's always America that is leading that charge, man. You know, Babylon the Great, man. You know, and Babylon's going to be destroyed. So, okay, you've got all these movies where you're coming against a spacecraft, but that's because they know that they're going to get attacked like that. But when the Lord comes, man, those ICBMs plus the chariots are going to completely and utterly destroy America, man. Babylon's going to be completely and utterly destroyed according to prophecy, man. You know?
That's right, man.
Yeah. You got something up?
Yeah, Khan. This is Isaiah 26 and verse 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut up thy doors about thee." So that's talking about these UFOs, man, that they call UFOs, which are really the chariots of the Lord, the chariots of Yahweh Shemi Shai, because that's how the elect are going to be delivered out of this place, man, right? Through those chariots, man, right? Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed, man. So we're going to be in those chariots watching the destruction of this kingdom go down, man, from those chariots. But we're going to be out of harm's way. Right, Lord willing, we be of the elect. We're going to be out of harm's way, and we're going to be watching through that transparent glass that those UFOs are going to have, man. And we're going to be seeing all the madness that's going to be going down under us, man. Right. So if you're of the elect and you're diligent, man, and you persevere in this truth, man, and you know you're enduring to the end, you're going to get a chance to see, you know, firsthand how this kingdom is going to go down on the big screen, man. You know, it's going to be a beautiful thing.
I've got a preset up. And you know, brother speaking about, you know, if we have the elect, man, Lord willing, we're gonna get saved up into them chariots, man. You know, some brothers are gonna have to die for this truth, but some brothers aren't gonna have to do that, man. Some brothers are gonna get lifted up straight up into them chariots. This is 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter, the 11th verse, to give you an example of that happening to one of the prophets of the Lord, man. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. So, hey, man, that's Elisha and Elijah, man. Elijah went up into the chariot, man. Okay, he got beamed straight up. And the elect of Israel, man, a lot of the brothers are gonna get beamed up into the chariots, man, because they're the chariots of salvation. Okay, that's why. And a lot of Jake knew that, man. Even back in slavery, man, over in Americas, Jake was singing songs like "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Coming Forth to Carry Me Home," man. You know, because that was a known thing. Okay, and chariots are all throughout artwork and certain things and pieces of history throughout time, man. Okay, you got murals you got Egyptian murals of UFOs, because what that happened, man. When we came out of Egypt, the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. Like the brother's first scripture. Okay, them pillars of clouds, they were the UFOs, the chariots, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And
all cultures around the earth, man, all cultures around the earth recognize that Chariots exist, man. That those unidentified flying objects actually exist, right? Now, you know, different cultures put their own spin on it, you know, as to what's in there. Esau puts his own spin on it. He tries to tell you that there's green aliens in there. But there's been many people that have given their testimonials saying that, you know what, actually saw a big black man come out of those chariots, man.
That's right, that's right.
You know, I've seen like heavenly angels come out of those chariots. I've seen beings that I've never actually seen before, not little green men or any bugged out looking beings. I've seen spiritual beings come out of those chariots, man. You know, and so those are the angels, man. You know, coming from that realm into this realm, man.
Oh, can I say something up? You know, there's a show on Netflix. It's called Kingdom AD. One of the brothers got me onto it. And
I'm watching that today.
are you watching that? Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Watching it.
Hey, I don't want to spoil nothing. Are you seen the whole episode?
No, well, season 1. I'm on season 1, episode 1.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to say it for edification of the church.
Hey,
But
hey,
near the end of the first episode, man, the angels come down, man. The angels come down from heaven, man. You know, and Asa, what the angel comes out and he takes out his sword. He takes out his sword and he's a black man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they got a plastic Jesus in there, Cesare, you know, to keep Esau happy and all that.
Yeah.
But it's a black angel, man. So the brothers, that's what it is, man. The angels are so-called black man. You know, that's their visage, man.
Yeah, Esau always gives you the truth in part, man. He made Mary Magdalene a black woman. Who was it? Peter? Peter was black in there?
No, it's John. It's John.
John, he made John a so-called black man. And that was really about it. Everything else was just lies, man. But hey, that's Esau for you. His tongue shall, you know, fall upon himself and all that.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Hey, we're coming to the end of this thing. Let me go into this article quickly.
Yeah.
One of the articles, and then we might have to make a part 2 on this because we still got sources in that. All right, this is on the SundayExpress.co.uk, and it says NASA forced to respond after footage of several UFOs behind astronaut on ISS emerges, man. You know, so hey, these chariots are terrorizing NASA, man. They're making them have to speak up.
Yeah.
You know, here it is, they're in space taking a selfie, you know, innocent selfie, and there's a bunch of chariots behind your head.
Well, the Lord did that. The Lord did that. Hey, the Lord did. If you watch Independence Day, when the chariot's going to destroy Washington or whatever, okay, the guy's on a laptop and he's trying to, you know, he does a countdown and he's trying to stop it, and the countdown, I remember watching this, the countdown stops for a split second on 144, and then it carries on. And so, you know, the Lord does things where he'll, you know, for the elect, he does it. The Lord does things. The world was made for our sakes, if we're of the elect, man. So when the Lord does things, it's for the edification and the salvation of the elect. If a guy comes up to you and he does something, and you're thinking, what the fuck, you know, that was a bit out there. It's because the Lord wanted him to do that for some kind of outcome. That's why, okay, you had one guy who prayed, the Lord did a miracle, and the guy praised him. He said, oh, you know, this is the Messiah, so on and so forth, whatever he said. All right, I don't remember the scripture off the top of my head, but and he said, well, can I come and follow you, Lord? And the Lord said, no, like, you know, you can't, because it wasn't for him. But his job, his sole purpose in life was to be born to then glorify the Lord at that point.
That's right.
That's what it was.
That's
you know.
Man.
I don't know if you know where that scripture is.
No, not by heart. I don't know what it is by heart, but I know the account you're speaking on. Can. Basically, it says U.S. Space Agency NASA has been forced from its usually tight-lipped stance on alien visitations after video allegedly showing several UFOs passing a window behind an astronaut on the International Space Station emerged. It says UFO hunters claim the footage caught by cameras on board the ISS and released online by NASA was conclusive proof aliens exist, which that term aliens really just means foreigner. So yeah, they do exist. They're not from this dimension. They're from the spirit world, you know, that they dwell with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, and they're not little green men. Once again, they're heavenly angels, you know, and there's many of them are so-called black men. Some of them don't even have, you know, a humanly appearance. You know, as the scripture says, many of them have lions' heads, and you can get all kinds of different angels out there, man. You know, the Lord is vast like that. It says the video uploaded to several UFO websites shows Samantha Cristofetti, an Italian European Space Agency astronaut, demonstrating how to operate window shutters at the ISS. So basically, that's all really, you know, from this article. It just shows you that these chariots, these UFOs, are going in to and fro to the Earth and back into space, man. You know, at an alarming rate, and it's happening all the time, man. Right? But you can't see it all the time. But you know, you have certain hotspots in the UK, you know, certain hotspots in America, certain hotspots in Mexico, the Gulf, where you'll see these UFOs, man. You know, these IFOs, really, because we know what they are. They're the chariots of the Lord.
Okay.
You know?
I saw a video in Chile of a UFO sighting, and the chariots were in formation, man. You know,
Yeah.
I had a scripture that I was meditating on earlier. I'll bring it out about that, man. It's Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. And if you ever watch a video of like birds flying, they'll fly in formation with like a V shape, and it's the same way in like in World War II and all that. That's how they had the air fighters flying, man, and they have that to this day because it's one of the most aerodynamic and the most efficient ways of flying. Okay, and it's, hey man, the Lord's gonna do some wonderful things, man. You know, we're in that eight. Who would have thought it? All this technology that the so-called white man's got, man. The Lord's, that's old technology. The Lord gave him that. He gave him that little measly technology for just for him to complete what he needed to complete and do what he had to do in this time. But we're gonna be getting greater and greater things, man. The chariots, the salvation is the beginning of it. Because if you think about it, when Moses and our people came out of Egypt, that was the beginning of the salvation. But then they had to go through the wilderness and so on and so forth and build back up and eventually end up in Israel, man. You know, in the Holy Land. And after the salvation, we're going to be, you know, Lord will build those men. We're going to be building up the nation of Israel bit by bit, man. We're going to put these heathen into slavery, okay? And we're gonna get them to start building back up the kingdom, man, physically, because the kingdom is now being built up spiritually through its men, through Yahushai, man, Yahushai.
That's right, bro. That's right,
man. I don't know if you want to say anything else, or if you want to leave it to part 2.
Hey, we'll have to do a part 2 on this one.
Lord's will.
Can't, Lord willing.
You know,
yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, man, you know, unless brother's got something to add.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Alright, man. Hey, Shalom, yeah. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah, man.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatah. Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah. Where's the